name is Doug McDonald. I'm currently serving as the president here at Silver Spring, and I've been here for 38 years. Basically, when I was in high school years ago, I got started in the first aid end of it with our training staff at Carmel Valley High School way back in the day. And that led me into getting involved in EMS as a volunteer. And it just by luck, the station that I volunteered at not only had an ambulance, but it was also a fire department at that time, the Monroe Township Fire Company. And as I just continued on, I found that I liked EMS. I really did. I was an EMT for many years, but I really enjoyed the fire department end of it, and I just sort of naturally migrated into that role over a long period of time. And at any rate, I just found that it was very satisfying. I think everybody, when you're that young, I was 16 years old when I started, and I think everybody is sort of looking for the thrill of it at that age, but it quickly develops into something more than that. You see a few things, you see the results, both good and bad, and you would have to be living under a rock not to understand what you were doing. And I think that kicked in with me pretty quick, and it just gives you a good feeling to be able to help people in that manner. Very often we see people having the worst day of their life, more often than not. And to be able to help mitigate that, hopefully in a positive manner, is a really good feeling. Actually, a more recent call in the last probably 6 years, 5-6 years, maybe a little longer, we were called to assist with a drowning victim in a private swimming pool. And it was a young girl who I believe at the time was 8, and it didn't look very good, frankly, when we arrived on the scene to assist. Turned out that the reason she had, I guess, technically drowned was because she was electrocuted in the pool due to some faulty wiring. And as I said, it didn't look very good. And I was the chief of the department at the time, so I was responsible for the entire operation and all my personnel as well. And I had actually started the process of deciding what was going to be needed to support my people after what appeared to be what was going to be a bad outcome. Miraculously, everybody performed. The patient was transported via Lifeline helicopter to Hershey. And again, life-saving efforts were literally going on as we were loading her in the helicopter. And it just, the experience, it just didn't look good. And then to find out within 24 hours that she was surviving, and then to find out 5 days later she came home from the hospital. And that was a very rewarding feeling from the standpoint not only of being involved in it from my personal standpoint, but the pride I felt in our members here and the people that I was leading at that point on that call. It was a big effort. The fire department, EMS, the police department helped with the folks and things like that. So that was overall, it sticks in my mind because it was a call that went from the lowest of the lows to the highest of the highs, fortunately, and I'll probably never forget that call.